Check.
All right, you're here, y'all. Welcome.
13.
13. Lucky
great.
number 13. You're not Eli. Who are you?
I'm not Eli.
Where's Eli, man?
I'm not Eli.
My
I am
kid.
Sir Kyle Wade.
Kyle Wade
Yeah.
in the building. My name's Keven Stirdivant. How about you?
Justin Lee.
Justin Lee. Welcome. Episode number 13.
Yes,
We're here.
we are.
It's been a great week.
You guys got a nice green
Great start.
outfit on, both of y'all.
You didn't get the memo, man.
Get it.
Green's it.
You know? So let's review. As we know, this is to give the listeners a little bit of the behind the scenes, what's happening
Yeah.
at KASE. We got the legend here once again, Mr. Johnny Farrell in the building as well, giving us some insights on like what's going on in the mortgage world. Why do we bring that an individual who's a master in the mortgage world? Well, because the loan is the heart of the deal when you're on the buyer side. If something falls apart, many times it's because of the loan, or the appraisal, or the buyer wasn't fully prepared. So we like to align our listeners with the best of the best, and my dude Johnny Farrell is definitely one of those dudes. And so he's gonna share some insight on the market. Let's talk about what went down this week.
What did go down this week? A lot.
Man, a lot.
Yeah.
As
You guys had a
always.
run club?
Run club number.
Run club was good. Number
number
4. That was really fun.
Yeah. How many people dressed up?
Oh, a whopping 4.
4 people.
Yeah, 4 people.
You?
Yeah, I was like, there was like over 100 people, and I'm like, one of only. Look, I did it for myself.
Yeah.
Sometimes
good.
you have to just remind yourself to not take things so serious.
Yeah, outfit was cool. Yeah.
And if you can have an inflatable dinosaur to wear,
Might as
Where
well.
did-
So be it.
I will tell you, I definitely regretted it wearing it later that night.
You wore it that night too?
Yes. So
To where?
so
Where'd you
later
go?
that night,
Yeah, where'd you wear it to?
I won't say which property. You know what? I could say which
Was that
property.
like a Halloween party?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just when I think of a Halloween party, it's dark, right?
Right.
And there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Right? There's loud music.
Some candy, spooky
Yeah,
stuff.
and so
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna show up in my Halloween costume.
No one's gonna
my
really
dinosaur
notice.
outfit. No
No
one's
one's
really
gonna-
gonna notice. So
You're the only one dressed
it
up.
was the closing of it was the first kind of housewarming Halloween party for Nyes, 627 Nyes, absolute banger. And as I'm walking up to the house,
the only
I was
one
like,
dressed
I
up.
was like, did we come? It was very intimate.
It's like 15 people.
It was about
All
15
suit and
people.
ties,
Yeah,
really?
and the lights are really bright.
Oh,
and
This guy shows up as a dinosaur.
like this is
Oh,
the guy.
man.
This is
I
the
was
guy
like-
that sold
I
your
told
house.
Alana,
This
I
is
was
the guy
like,
that sold this off market.
This dinosaur.
dude, the tail was like, it
Wagging.
was like smacking people in the head.
Came and fit through the door.
Oh my gosh. Much love to the Marsh family for not kicking me out of your house. I hope
funny.
I didn't
That's
embarrass
great.
anybody. It
That's
ended up
great.
being a really great time, but I was really uncomfortable. I was like, dude, what do I do? I told Alana, I was like, what do I do?
Did you drive with that suit on?
No, you just push a button and it like inflates.
Okay.
Yeah, so what else did we have this last week? What else went down?
What did we do? I mean, it's been so crazy. I feel like at our team, everyone's just been
Yeah.
so focused.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been
We've
good.
just been trying to really connect the dots as we,
Mhm.
wrap out the year and also plan for the next year.
We opened a really exciting deal. Can't say the address yet, but it's in the Village, a little over
Oh,
7
yep.
mil
That's cool.
in with Steven
a
in
good one.
Corona Del Mar.
That's a
That's an
good one.
exciting one.
It's a good sale.
I will say also, like, kind of leaning into the market, it's also been a bit interesting to see. It's kind of like there's properties that are happening and it's really
Yeah.
hot. Like there's a home that's in my neighborhood that's projected to be the first sale to achieve a 4, right? And then we have some other sales where it's like, shoot, what is taking that one so long?
Right.
So I think
Yeah,
we're in
it's
this
really
kind of
interesting.
interesting place in the market where if you're a seller, one of the things that you have to know is you got to have everything on point.
Yeah.
You got to have staging on point. You got to make sure the music's on. You got to make sure everything is put away and a buyer is walking into an experience that feels like the home was just finished yesterday.
Yes.
And it feels like no one's ever lived
Yeah.
there. It's got to be really on point.
And you got to make sure your agent who's presenting the home has the energy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know,
For
just
sure.
the knowledge.
Yeah.
And just the hype to sell your house.
Yes,
Because we're seeing
exactly.
also a lot. We're walking into some broker previews, some open houses. We're like,
What's
This
Crickets?
is not the
Yeah.
season to be mean.
how are you
So-
going to sell a house? I'm just saying.
So why is that, do you think? Do you think, like, just like you said, there's homes that are really popping off quickly and breaking records, and there's homes that are kind of head scratchers.
Yeah.
You would think they would have sold. They haven't sold. They're kind of stale. What are you seeing? Like, what's the commonality with those homes that aren't selling versus the ones that are?
Honestly, if anything needs to be done, unless it's
yeah.
priced like a deal,
Yeah.
it's not selling. Like
Yeah.
if the wallpaper is weird, right? If it's some old, there's a stain
Just
on the
something
carpet.
is off.
If there's anything
Yeah.
off, people are expecting a huge discount, and vice versa. If it's completely on point, there's still going to be multiples.
Yeah.
We are still seeing multiple offers. Multiple offers are occurring on one of three things: absolute fixers, of course, as always, absolute bangers
Yeah.
in a home that's just the creme de la creme, totally dialed, or something that's just priced in the middle. If it's priced in the middle, then it needs to have something in regards to the lot, the view,
Yeah.
a larger lot, the way it's positioned.
Something about some factor about
If it's just mid,
Yeah.
as the kids would say,
mid.
it's not happening.
Yeah.
I have realized that though, like, and again, I think David Caldwell made a good point about our market and where we're at in today's market. We're in a pretty insulated market.
Yeah.
So when a good product, like the best of the best,
Right.
is available and
Yeah.
it's on point, it
Yep.
still goes.
Well,
or if
we
there's
did the
some sort
math.
of factor.
My coaching to the team this morning was like, yo, you got to keep your blinders on.
Yeah.
Right now, more than ever, it's news that is not exactly uplifting or empowering. So you got to put your blinders on. So we stay focused in our little hyper central markets, right? And so, and it changes for us every single day. Today, I'm focused on Costa Mesa and Newport.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I'm going to be focused on the Palisades. On Wednesday, we're going to be focused in Laguna. On Thursday, we're going to be focused on Newport Coast and CDM. On Friday, we're going to be focused on multiple different areas along the coast. So for today, as we go in and we look at it, it's like, okay, so what has occurred so far for this month?
Yeah.
I like to focus on hyper focus areas, and then I like to take a look at what's most recent. When you look at, oh, this happened for the last year, it's like, dude, things are changing
Right.
very quickly. So when you look at what's happened in 23 days of October, there were 70-something closings, Costa and Newport. This is the data under $5 million. There were 70-something closed deals, average sales price of about $3 million, and there was another 70-something pending. So that's 140 sides, right? 140 sides, and something like, I forgot how many million, but we calculated that there was about $21 million in commissions, almost $1 million a day that's occurring
It's like 400 million volume. Yeah.
in these two
Yeah. It's a lot.
cities.
That's good.
Not including the ultra high end. That was just
Yeah.
5 million and under. So as you go through those numbers, you should be able to sit with the reality of like, okay, there's a ton of opportunity out there.
Yeah.
I just got to keep my
Yeah, what are you
eyes on the
focused on?
price. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it's been cool. We've been seeing a fair amount of agents from other like very large companies reach out. You know, KASE has been commonly known as being the place for newer agents to come and like launch. It's been an extraordinary launching pad and training ground. But over the last 3 months, we've been seeing all kinds of agents. I mean, I'm doing an interview with an agent who's from one of the top teams in the county, the largest real estate company in the world. You know, last week we had an amazing agent come and join us from Compass.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Corey Nunez.
I wonder why. I think I know why. I have my opinions, but I wonder what you guys think of why.
I think that it's because, you know, I think we're being louder than ever of what we've got to give. What do we have
For
to give?
sure.
Yes, we do a bunch of like very large deals that you could leverage, but I think the biggest thing is our values. Like, we're big on inspiration. We're
Huge.
big on family. There's nobody having affairs up in here. to my knowledge.
I don't think so.
You know what I mean? Like stuff like that would never fly.
No.
I was talking with an agent at the Porsches and Pumpkins event, and he's in the middle of this huge beef with his mentor.
Oh, yeah.
Huge beef with his mentor because his mentor went and snagged a deal that he heard he was working on, didn't even get the deal, so they both didn't get the deal. Like, stuff like that would never happen at KASE.
That's wild.
You know what I mean? And so I think it's just clear, like, that's what I think people need to proceed and go forward at this time. It is a more challenging time.
Yeah.
We have an abundance of love, inspiration, and creativity to get stuff done. What do you think?
I think that's it. I think people are looking for a place where they can be inspired, a place where
You could be yourself.
you can be yourself, a place where you can feel like you're a part of like a real family, you know, a place where people care about you, a place where, you know, you can grow the company's community, but your own community.
Yeah.
I think it's just unlimited growth, and we do it in a way where, like you said, we prioritize like love, we prioritize high energy, we prioritize self-growth, we prioritize, you know, positivity.
Yeah.
And I think that energy is extremely contagious.
Yeah.
Because I think at the end of the day, everyone wants to feel, you know, that positive energy. And at some point, you know, when you come and hang out with us, or you kind of feel it on social media, or you come to one of our events, you're going to get impacted by it, and you're going to want to be curious about what's up with it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then when you start to see what we're doing in real estate too, then it's like, wow. It's like not only the life aspects are on point, but then you look at the real estate deals that we do and the transactions we do, and then the way we do them, it's just like, wow, this is a very, I think, refreshing take on real estate.
We want people to be able to be themselves,
100%.
right? Like, I can't necessarily start a sports division of KASE. I can't start it because I don't know the first thing about like literally any sport.
Yeah.
You and Jay could run something because it's your background.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think the best thing we could do is help an individual grow their personal
It's
brand.
most important, yeah.
Well, what is your personal brand all about? It's not just your logo. The other companies is like, oh, okay, I'm going to take your initials and give you this little like quick little logo. That's it? That's not your personal brand.
Yeah. I think what you and what, you know, our admin has helped is help finding what our personal brand really is. And not even just like the surface level, like you said, but like the deep root of it.
Yeah.
Like we mentioned earlier in the year, we were talking about just finances, sports, and like what those mean to me. And okay, well, maybe we build something around that.
Yes.
Right? And if it doesn't work.
Right. Financial advisor, Kyle.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. Maybe that one didn't really work out. But no, but I think you see a lot of surface level stuff, especially nowadays. And I think it's really helpful, at least for me, I'm sure all of us, to have someone that kind of looks at you and digs a little bit deeper with you.
Yeah, man.
And helping you kind of get to the root of things. That, I mean, to me, that's just like you can't really put a price tag on that.
You're welcome.
Thanks, dog.
That's what I'm here for, bro.
Thanks, dude.
Well, listen, it's a lot of things happening within the market. We stay very focused in like our little bubble.
Yeah.
Right? It's very important that we have the goats come in and tell us, all right, we'll listen to you. And so I want to know who it is that I'm listening to in terms of what's happening in the mortgage world. If I don't know them personally, I don't want to listen to them.
Yeah.
And so my dude, Johnny Farrell, is somebody that I absolutely trust his insight, trust his opinion. He's amazing at what he does, an amazing human being. Let's get him up here. Johnny Farrell, let's go.
Wow, man.
Let's go, man.
I'm trying to tear in my eye.
Look, dude, we need you to tell us what's really going on. We trust you. Don't lie to us. Give us the goods. Are we screwed?
Yeah, give us the real.
We're never screwed. I mean, yeah, the interest rate market right now is not pretty, right? But it is what it is. And we got to, I mean, the winners are going to adapt to it and figure out creative solutions.
Right.
And I think that's where us lenders really need to partner in with our real estate agents.
Yeah.
So that we can create not only a win-win situation for our clients, buyers and sellers, but also make it to where we're really making an impact and giving them the best advice. And frankly, a market that's really anxiety driven, as you said, with the news and everything. I mean, the news is just pumping negativity all the time.
Yeah.
In all assets, but especially in real estate right now, you're seeing it.
Yeah.
So let's imagine I was Kaizen, right? And you're going to explain it to Kaizen. And so I'm Kai. I'm 14 years old, and I was going to buy a house 2 years ago in Eastside, Costa Mesa. So I was going to buy a house and at the end of 2021 for $2 million, right? What would my interest rate have been at this time in 2021?
Low 3s, maybe even 2s.
Damn. Okay, so I was going to put down 10%. So I was going to put down $200,000.
Right.
You know, I saved it from selling sneakers.
Yeah.
And so my loan would have been 1.8. Around how much would my mortgage have been?
You ask me this every time on the payments, and I don't have my calculator.
Well,
I should bring my calculator, in fact. If you want,
Roughly.
I'll be guessing on it.
Okay.
Because I use the calculator all the time.
Give him the calculator.
Let's
Can
just
we get the mortgage calculator? Let's get it.
So,
Let's get it. It's
all right.
important.
All right,
The
let's do
math
this. Ready?
is important. The math
is important. So we're doing, let's say, $1.8 million as a 14-year-old?
Yeah. Yeah, he's killing it, bro.
He's doing well.
You used to see, you bought a couple shoes off of him. You should know.
The guy is a hustler, man. Okay. So let's just say a 3% rate.
Yep.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's a $7,500 payment.
Is that PITI?
That's just principal and interest.
Okay. So
but you got to remember,
PITI is principal,
21,
interest, tax, and insurance. So that would have been another 1% on top of that?
Yeah. So 1.1, let's say, and then another, let's say 160 for insurance, which has gone up, by the way. So now insurance is higher too.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So $7,500
plus
all right,
$900.
Now let's say what
now
it is
you want to
now.
get to the scary part. Now that poor Kaizen's payment is just over $12,000.
Damn.
So that's not PITI either.
This is not PITI.
Okay.
This is just principal and interest.
Johnny, how am I supposed to buy a house?
Okay, let me tell you. This is the thing, and I think us lenders have always gone for buyer's agents, right? Because buyer's agents usually have the relationships to hey, you got to use John Farrell, you got to use this person. I kind of switched. I went to this Ford event. Neil, Trev, if you're watching.
Yeah, shout out to Neil.
And it's a very, very small, high producing group of lenders and real estate agents. And we were talking and we were saying, I think right now we really have to go after a lot of these listing agents and get them to have strategic conversations with the sellers on a way to market the property with these higher rates. Because usually we're not talking about seller concessions unless inspection comes or you get an offer on the property. But I think right now, maybe not in a lot of the expensive areas, but just say Southern California, we need to come in and really educate the sellers on a better way to market the property, or that you guys can market the property with getting these potential buyers a lower than a lower market rate.
I'm looking for.
And how would you usually do that?
I met over the weekend.
How would you usually do that? 2-1 buy downs, stuff like that.
2-1 buy downs, permanent rate buy downs, credit for closing cost. But I think 2-1 buy downs right now. And by the way, this doesn't work for every house. Right. It doesn't. As you guys talked about, there's houses that are perfect for multiple offers, but there's still 2-1 buy downs happening. And as you know, you just said,
that's what I was looking for on my phone right now. There was an agent that I met in LA. I'm in LA now every Tuesday, coaching the squad out there, and the really cool house. Do you remember her name, KP? The gal with the really dope mid-century home. You know her. I feel like you know her. You guys hugged when you saw her. Samira. Shout out to Samira. She's such a Jedi. The way she presented this house, how she was welcoming, the food that she had, all that. But the first thing she said when we were talking, I was like, tell me about this house. She said, well, this was the first thing that came out of her mouth. She said, well, we have a 2-1, da-da-da-da. And she kicked knowledge about.
I got to meet her.
She's dope. She's really cool. She's incredible.
So she's educated. She's forward thinking. She's thinking 2 steps ahead, kind of like our boy Wayne Gretzky.
So yes, she's thinking about where the puck is going. You know what I mean? So tell us about the 2-1 buy down and how it works.
Well, no, remember we were going to save that for a different.
You
want to be coming and bringing on the board and all that. Okay, so this is the thing. Right now, buyers, they want a deal. Things are expensive. Interest rates are high. Their normal thought is, okay, let's go make an offer on this house, and we're going to come in and lowball it. Right? And then if they have the good lender, the lender is going to do a breakdown of, okay, you come in at this price, or you come in at this price, and you ask for a concession to buy down the rate temporarily for 2 years or 3 years on some loans.
Yeah.
And then it gives them the data, for the most part, to see that it actually makes more sense to come in on a higher price with a concession.
Right.
But I think we're at a point right now, as you said, the market's changing really quickly, right? Where things potentially could be sitting a little longer. So we need to have these conversations with the sellers now of, hey, listen, let's attract buyers to your property. And the one way we're going to do that is you're going to take less proceeds from your home. Not a lot less.
Right.
In fact, a lot less proceeds you'd be taking than taking a reduced price, right?
Yeah.
But we're gonna market this in this particular way, which is gonna grab eyes. I mean, if you I don't know, on the MLS side, I don't know how you guys can put in there, offering a lower market rate,
right?
Whatever. I don't know if that's illegal or not, so I'm not gonna step in that. But we need to catch eyes on grabbing buyers' attention and getting them a lower payment.
Yeah.
And by the way, the rates will come down. But again, and I've shared this.
And I think when the rates go down, the buyers are going to be back out.
You know what's crazy? I just thought about it the other day. How good does a 6.25% rate sound right now?
Yeah, for real.
That's
crazy.
That's like now the 4%, right?
Yeah.
So we're not talking a huge shift in rates, and it's going to bring a lot of buyers back.
Any insight as to when that's going to occur?
I learned my lesson not to call it out anymore.
Yeah.
You know how you learn the hard way?
Mm-hmm.
But
if you were to take a guess off camera.
Well, yeah. Off camera, next year.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of the people think it's next year. We're seeing inflation come down, and we have to see employment numbers start to slow. We have to see the spending slow.
So what caused the rates to really skyrocket? Is it inflation?
Inflation, but there's a little difference in this one because inflation is coming down.
Mm-hmm.
We're all not feeling it.
And that was the goal, right? For inflation to come down.
Yeah, when the feds raise the Fed funds rate, their intent is to slow down the economy, slow down spending, slow down job growth, and slow down the amount of people buying goods and services, right? Which brings down inflation. The one thing that's really weird this time is employment numbers are staying pretty darn strong, and they keep meeting expectations, and people are still spending, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Retail spending.
Yeah.
Which I think we're all tightening our belt a little bit, right?
Kyle's a crazy watch.
We've slowed down.
But who's watch?
We've slowed down.
So people are still buying stuff.
So I guess the thing is like, hey, listen, no one's going to talk you into buying. It's you, as a buyer, you need to make your own decision, but you need to have the data.
Yeah, you got to have the right team for sure. I think like nobody could really say, oh, is right now a good time to buy? It's like, do you have clear goals?
Yeah.
You have to know for yourself. If you're even exploring it, the first thing you have to do is make sure you're talking to the right people. First and foremost, I think if you're a buyer, you have to have the right agent who's finding you deals. That's the job of a buyer's agent. Find me deals or help me make a great deal.
Right.
The lender's job is to really educate you on the different programs that are available and the different ways to go about it. Both things require you taking action and developing and designing your dream team.
Yeah.
You got to do that
and
ASAP.
You got to, and to add to that, you really need to get a plan in place. That's where a good lender is, and it might not be the right time for you to buy it, but if you can plan
Could be a year out,
a plan 6 months or a year out, or get on the track of knowing exactly, hey, I need to work on my credit, or I need to work on savings, or whatever it is. It's just getting a plan in place.
Right.
No one goes to war without a plan, right?
Yeah, that's huge. That's awesome, man. Well, we always appreciate you being here.
Yeah,
love
thanks
your
for having
energy.
me,
Love
guys.
what you're doing. Keep killing it. How does everybody get a hold of you to get qualified and create the dream plan for their home, Johnny?
Loan and Behold.
At Loan and Behold
That's my plug.
on IG.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Good
being
name.
here. Make some
Hey,
noise
thanks,
for
you guys.
Johnny Farrell, bro.
Thanks for the nice words,
Let's
too.
go.
Thanks, Kyle.
All right, so thank you, Johnny.
Thank you,
Thanks,
bro.
bro. I'll see you.
24 minutes,
See you, man.
perfect.
Life hacks?
Yeah, bro. One tip.
One tip.
A little bit of inspiration, you know?
Okay.
I feel like you're on fire today, Kylie. What you got?
No, don't put pressure on me.
No pressure.
I think my tip to anybody, don't just think it, don't just say it, you know, you gotta feel it.
Oh.
Oh, that's good. All right,
No, but
let's go. I like that.
You gotta like really freaking feel it. I'm not talking about just like.
Wait, are we recording? We gotta go. You should just capture it because I stopped it. Oh, we did?
Like,
oh, okay, great.
You can think it, you can talk it, that's great. You can visualize it. But if you're not feeling it in your freaking core and the details of it, whatever that thing is, the details, specifics. Right? If it's owning a home, how does waking up in that home feel like? But then you take it a step further and you feel like you already have that home and you're grateful for that home already.
What kind of flooring you got?
Exactly.
Right?
And what's that feeling? What is having that house, right, on Broadway? What does that feeling bring you?
You got Fleetwoods?
Fleetwoods.
Woo.
Yeah. Porsche out front, G-Wagon out front.
Oh.
Like, what does that do for your life?
What year?
Feels good.
Dang, what color?
All black.
True. How tall are your hedges?
About like 10 feet.
Ooh, private.
Damn, those are nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Jaws' crib.
Jaws' crib. Yeah,
Fire.
just feel it. Believe in it. Feel the energy and walk throughout your day with that energy of already having everything you need. That's my
Coach Kyle, ladies and gentlemen.
tip, baby.
I love it.
That's fire.
I love it.
Justin?
Here's what this is what I've been thinking of recently and kind of implementing into my life. Anything that's tough, anything that, like, for example, actually, here's the best way to put it. Like, we door knock a lot.
Yeah.
And there are often times, because we door knock a lot in the same area, it's just like, oh, I've had a terrible conversation with this guy. Skip. No, go to the door.
Yeah.
Things change.
Yeah.
Do the
True.
most uncomfortable
Ooh.
things.
So what you're saying is the past doesn't equal the future.
Yeah, and do the things that are uncomfortable
Yeah, that's
right
true.
now. And you
Fire.
got to do it all, because what I've learned recently is you never know.
Never.
Yeah.
And I'm going into every situation like, never know. Things change. Maybe they had a bad day. Maybe it's not going to be as tough as it was the first time I did it. Maybe the first time I ran 10 miles, it sucked and I threw up. And the previous thought was like, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah.
The new me, never know. Maybe this next 10 miles might be easy.
Yeah.
So I'm going into every situation like, you never know. I'm going to go into it with an open mind and see what is in store for me. And doing that in the past couple months has opened a lot more opportunities for me.
That's fire.
Someone invites you to a birthday party and you're like, I don't want to go do that. No, just go. You never know. You just got to
Wear
show
a
up and do
dinosaur
it.
costume at a small, intimate Halloween party. Why not?
I know. And then you go do the thing and you're like, wow, that guy was so mean to me 7 months ago, but I went and just met his wife and they're thinking of selling, and you leave and you're like, wow, I would have never gotten that experience if I didn't, if I had just like thought of what had happened in the past and like just pushed it aside. So you never know. You just gotta go do it and see what happens.
That's
and I
fire.
think, that could open up a lot of new experience and give you some new results.
Well, here's a
and
question
new
too.
Perspectives.
How many times do people say no and then they end up doing something and we're like, what the
Yeah.
heck?
Yeah.
We thought
Well,
they said no.
that one that I was talking to you about in your car, that was from 2020.
Yeah.
I've never even met this individual in person. I have the world's longest text thread from 2020. And anyways, I'm going over there this week.
That's fire.
So
That's
you
good.
just never know. I think
You
the
just
key is
never
to just
know.
not be attached and
Right.
to just make yourself available.
And be open.
Give it up
Just
for
be
that.
open
good.
to anything.
Man, mine is really simple. It's expand your horizons. Expand your horizons, right? Like, we stay really focused when I'm in OC, we stay really focused on like 8 different pockets. Now I'm opening into LA with my LA team, and I have 3 pockets that I'm focused on over there. But lately, as KASE grows, I'm like, oh my gosh, we actually need to open this office in Naples. We're signing a deal for an office space in Claremont. And then, as you guys know, at the end of this year, my license will be active in Oahu.
That's fire.
And I plan to be in Oahu, selling in Oahu, along with everything else, next summer. And so I think when you expand your horizons, you realize that there's so much more opportunity than you thought. So my coaching, my advice is to dream bigger and expand your horizons.
That's good.
I like it.
That's all I got for today.
There was a quote I heard recently. Maybe you guys talked about it, but it was basically along the lines of, and I'm going to butcher it, you will never outbeat your highest.
You can never overachieve
you know
your
where-
personal self-image. You can never overachieve your personal self-image.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
What does that mean?
It means that
Break it
however
down.
you
Yeah,
see
break it down.
yourself as, that's who you're going to be. Right? So,
So when you expand your mind,
yeah, I didn't start doing $10 million deals.
Until-
I did a bunch of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Really, what's the difference to go up to 10? Nothing. Why wasn't it happening? I had a personal mental block. So until I could kind of overcome that personal mental block, just like I did with my sobriety, just like learning how to control my finances, just like looking how to be super dad, I had to overcome these thoughts that I had of what is fatherhood? What does it really mean to be a good husband?
Yeah.
What does it really mean to be a company owner? And so until I could really see myself as something, it didn't start happening.
Right.
Now I'm practicing seeing myself as somebody who is a listing agent on extraordinary properties globally. So I'm starting with Oahu, but what's going to happen after that, right? What's going to open up after that? So that's my new vision, is being an agent that has access to the most architectural, legendary works of art on the planet.
like that.
Yeah,
Sick.
and possibly the moon too. You know, you never know.
Never know.
You never know.
Look, y'all. Thank you guys for tuning in. Stay focused. Stay inspired. Mark your calendar right now. Okay.
Let them know.
I don't
What we got?
want
What we
to
got?
hear it. Okay. I don't want to hear it. Everybody, just if you're enjoying this energy, come experience it in person on November the 18th. KASE Run Club number 5.
The craziest one.
The craziest one.
That we may ever host.
And it's a toy drive.
And it's a toy drive. We want as many people there as possible. So if you know us and you support us in any way, I don't care if you hate exercising.
Yeah, you don't even need to run. Just bring a toy.
Just come.
Come
we
through.
we just want a ton of people there, and we just want high energy and good vibes.
That's it.
So November
18th, Saturday, 7 a.m.
Pull up.
Run
bring
starts
your
at
friends.
7:30.
Bring your family.
It's
bring
going to be a
your
good
dogs.
one.
Yes.
Bring a toy. This is a toy drive for kids that are less fortunate. So we want to just show up to different places where kids, they don't have families around the holidays. It's pretty insane how many kids are in the system, even in Orange County.
Yeah.
So we want to provide some smiles for the kiddos. So bring a toy, November 18th. Stay focused, stay inspired, y'all. See you soon.
See you soon. Let's go.
Peace.